Welcome to our live interview with the writers from the Denton Record-Chronicle, powered in part by Classic of Denton. Well, hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning in with us. We are live with the one and only Lucinda Breeding. Every Monday we sit down at 2 o'clock with the oracles of information themselves from the Denton Record-Chronicle and get updates on all things DRC, be it sports, be it business, be it events and all that good stuff. And today we are talking about hand lettering.
Hand lettering.
So bring it on, Lucinda.
If you've been to your local Walmart, your Target, if like me, sometimes you decompress with an hour and a half on Etsy, you have seen the resurgence in popularity of hand lettering and calligraphy. Mm-hmm. And this Thursday, the Denton Record-Chronicle will be featuring a local art studio, Wildflower Art Studio. Mm-hmm. The owner, Emily Stewart, is an expert hand letterer and calligrapher and has really been going hot and heavy with workshops almost constantly since the studio opened. But this story is really about how popular hand lettering has become and handwriting has become. If I'm going to cop to having the Pinterest account. And really, sometimes I just like to just skate through and look at things. And really, for the last several years, you've been able to buy like decals that look like someone's written on your wall. And if you are anywhere in Denton, you see all sorts of sort of hand-painted signage. So we're really accustomed to it here. Right. And this local studio offers workshops and classes and kits so that you can just walk through the door with just yourself and whatever little slight nerves you might have at trying something new. But most of us, I hear this is changing. Most of us, know cursive. Yeah. I know I've heard that this is changing for younger kids in school, that maybe younger kids are not learning cursive.
Interesting.
It used to be in Texas schools. I think in 3rd grade you started working on cursive. But if you have signed a check in your adult life, you already have sort of the foundation of this burgeoning art form. Though there are some that would say text is more graphic and it's not an art form, but Ms. Stewart works on all sorts of ways to show you how you can, by hand, turn something as simple as a few letters into something very meaningful for yourself. And who knows, maybe a nice little discipline or Zen sort of practice for yourself.
Cool.
Just write something over and over again. Yeah. And in our interview, I thought it was really fascinating that she said, a lot of the students who come in who are wanting to learn this, I think, very accessible sort of form, they are there because they're interested in the handmade movement that is really, really vibrant across the country and very vibrant here in Denton. The handmade harvest is coming up in November. True. And handmade does refer to all sorts of things like pottery and textiles and just handmade objects. But certainly hand lettering and calligraphy are part of that movement. But she told me that what she's noticing is that the students are finding it a way to sort of connect with themselves and their best selves. So I'm really looking forward to this this article, working on this article. Yeah. We've got some wonderful photos. And we also have an invitation for those of you out there who maybe have already started doing this. If you love to hand letter and you've had some training in this, or you're sort of a hobbyist and you would like to send us a photo of something you hand lettered, just send that to me. My email is cbreeding@dentonrc.com. And if we get enough sort of submissions, we'll actually include that with the story package. Cool. So if you've been messing around with the paintbrush, now hand lettering is, I'm told, it's a pencil-based form, and then you sort of move over it with a paintbrush, maybe markers too. there's a lot of overlap there. But if you've been doing this and you'd like to show it off a little, we have room in this week's Denton Time, which is in the main paper. I say the main paper because we used to have all these magazines, and now they've been folded back into the newspaper. But the Thursday edition, that's going to be on the cover of Denton Time. And if you have something you'd love to show off that you have painted or you have hand lettered, send that to me and we'll include it with this package. And, you know, if we kind of run out of space and get a lot of submissions, it will be an online slideshow. But I'm just making that invitation.
Cool.
And Wildflower Art Studio is very close to where Jake and I are sitting right now. It's in the 700 block of Locust Street. So it's not far from downtown. And the shop itself is a really wonderful example of Emily Stewart's love affair with all things calligraphy and hand lettering. She painted the lettering on the shop wall herself that you can see through the big window. Really charming place. And check out, just go into Google and put Wildflower Art Studio, Denton, Texas, and there you can look at what workshops are coming up. There are workshops for children. So if you've got some little ones who want to try their hand at some painting, and if you like maybe an hour and a half, maybe an hour, the workshops kind of vary, you can get some kids together and do that. Or you and your friends could try your hand at hand lettering or calligraphy. And before we sign off, we are still wanting, if your organization, if your church or your civic group has anything coming up events-wise in the fall, like carnivals, fall festivals, any kind of events, alternative gift fairs, we've got some of those coming up. If you send those to me, again, at cbreeding@dentonrc.com, we're going to start running a listing of those fall events that'll run through, you know, the Halloween sort of time. Probably a little bit after that, because some fall things do actually happen after Halloween. So we are still accepting and building that listing. So, because we would like you guys to be able to just use dentonrc.com as a one-stop sort of place to find out not just what happened yesterday or what's happening coming up, but what all Denton has to offer. So again, churches, civic groups, organizations, if you'd like folks to know about a fall festival, carnival, any kind of event coming up between now and Halloween or a little bit after Halloween, just send those to us. We will be continuing to build those listings.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Well, guys, make sure you check it out. Get your hand lettering with Wildflower, yes?
Wildflower Art Studio.
Wildflower Art Studio. Very, very cool. Make sure you're getting your hand lettering and all that those cool handmade local goods, all available right here in Denton, Texas, which is just so stinking cool.
It's very cool. It's very cool. And you know, if you get confident enough with some of this stuff, you might, I don't know, might open your own Etsy shop.
Hey.
Or maybe have something in a future handmade harvest. You never know.
A lot going on. Guys, make sure you check it all out in the Denton Record-Chronicle, dentonrc.com, or you can get yourself a physical newspaper as well. We're here every Monday at 2 o'clock with the writers from the Denton Record-Chronicle. Next week, we'll be sitting down with Brett Vito, getting an update on all things Denton sports, and there is a lot going on, so make sure you tune in for that again next Monday at 2. Super, super cool. Have a great one. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out dentonradio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at classicofdenton.com.